Hi everyone, so I have a really fun look for you today. It's just this really cool pink and purple, really kind of intense, smoky, sultry eye using somewhat brighter, happy shades. Also, just to let you guys know that these products were sent to me for a review by Glamour Doll Eyes and also for tutorial purposes. Now, I would never want to review a product without showing you guys how it works, because I totally think of myself more as a tutorial type of person regardless. So definitely wanted to show you guys how they work so you can see for yourself if they're for you. Now, the reason why I wanted to review Glamour Doll Eyes was because these products are super affordable. They're a cruelty-free brand and they have vegan options. Also, I really respect the honesty and all the philosophies of Glamour Doll Eyes. I think that they're a very ethical company. Now, even though that these products were sent to me for tutorial and review purposes, I'm not being paid to do a tutorial or review for this product. However, there is going to be a link to Glamour Doll Eyes in the bottom bar, and when you go to check out at glamourdollyes.com, if you type in my username Cosmeticcouturier, you will get a discount on checkout. There will be like a little bit of a coupon code, so that does offer me a percentage of the sales that it brings it in. However, that works the same as commission at a makeup counter. So if you hired me to do makeup for you, or if I was a salesperson as a cosmetic counter, it would work the same way. So yeah. Also, I'm going to say in the review whether these products are lip safe or whatever. Once again, all of these products that I'm using are vegan, so I will do the review in a separate tutorial so that it doesn't make, or separate video so it doesn't make this one too long. So I do hope that you enjoy the tutorial, and thanks so much for watching. Now for the arch of the brow bone, I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and we're just going to place that in the arch of the brow. I'm just barely pressing it on, it just automatically shows up really white. I'm just making sure I lay down all the cream products that I want first. Going back and adding them later could create like a hot mess. So just blend that down, and then I'm going to pop that in the tear duct. For the tear duct, you can add that later. I don't think that should be a problem, but I always have a tendency to blend my crease color in my tear ducts, so I'm just going to put that down first. And we'll just clean up any excess in the outer corners and touch up the eyebrows when we're done. I'm going to add a little bit of Glamour Doll Eyes Strawberry Cupcake. All of the ones I have are vegan. It's just this really pretty pinky coral color. And I'm going to take that up on my EcoTools paddle brush, and we're going to pat this all over the lid. Tap off the excess. This reminds me of a color I had from Real Colors before the brand stopped selling regularly in my area. So this is why I wanted Strawberry Cupcake. So I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. You can kind of see how French fries is really working so that pink looks really gorgeous on. And that for me is the key working with any pink eyeshadow, is to work with neutrals under it or around it. And then just softly start diffusing that into the crease. I think I want to avoid the inner tear duct with Strawberry Cupcake. I'm going to take a little bit of Prankster, which is just this sort of taupey shimmery brown, and we're just going to blend out Strawberry Cupcake. I think it's blended quite nicely, so I don't absolutely have to have a transition color because we already laid down French fries. So I'm just going to start blending out. Using the tip of the paddle brush, just pushing the tip into the socket, we're just going to start blending out French fries. This will also help French fries to spread. If you're somebody who's prone to having your jumbo eye pencils or any other base kind of spread and look a hot mess, this will help. Also creates a really pretty effect that I'm liking a lot. And then I'm just going to pull those into like a little bit of a point so they look really clean. And I'm going to take the shade that influenced my whole color palette, and that is Tattooed. It's just this really pretty intense purple. I'm so happy that this one was vegan. And we're just going to tap off the excess. These pigments are clinging really nicely to my EcoTools brush. I know I've heard others say they don't cling nicely to synthetic brushes, but actually seems to be adhering pretty well to mine. So what can you do? And I'm just going to pat that down. Once you have that color stamped out, then you could start shifting it once you have the intensity. And don't worry about making it super intense, because we actually have a couple other colors we're going to work with. Make sure that you tap off a lot of excess before dragging it into the inner tear duct. We're not going to put it in that white portion, we're just going to create a gradient effect right there in the center of the eyelid. I'm going to take a little bit of Veteran, which is the navy that has the red sparkle, so I'm sure that's where it gets its name. It's not to me an obvious patriotic color. It's not like you're looking at a store decorated in 4th of July paper. It's really beautiful. So we're just going to pat a little bit of that in the outer corner. It's actually a really fun navy, and I have tons of dupes of Contrast. I think I even own Contrast, but this one's really unique. And I'm just going to blend that out and push a little bit of that using the point of my brush into the outer corner. Okay, now I'm just going to take my makeup remover wipe. I always get my makeup remover wipes at the drugstore. The MAC ones are absolutely lovely, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money for a makeup remover wipe. So if you don't intend to spend so much, I hear ya. So I really like the Yes to Cucumbers one. I've heard a lot of people say that their eyes water. They also, from the cucumber, it could just be the smell of them. They smell incredible, but yeah, I could see what they're saying about the eyes watering. It's not a burning sensation as bad as some other towelettes, but yes, I've definitely gotten that eye watering from Yes to Cucumbers. So like I said, they have Yes to Blueberries as well. Those are a little bit more gentle for the eyes. And also any store brand makeup remover wipes. I've worked with a lot of store brand ones and they're actually pretty good. So whatever you want to work with for your makeup remover wipe, as long as it removes your makeup and you don't have to go in and give your skin abrasions. Now, if you're like me, I live for the style network. I went to design school and cosmetology school, so I definitely live for the style network. If you've been watching the Tia and Tamara show, they have a lot of really amazing eye looks. I recommend if you enjoy makeup and clothing and everything like that, you should take a look at the show because they always have on some unique smoky eye. There's this little technique that they get in the very outer corner that I'm starting to already develop right here that I already placed Veteran sort of in that along those lines. I'm gonna take a little bit of Ladies Night. This one may be tricky to work with because it's a matte over shimmer. So we're just gonna take a little bit of Ladies Night. And don't worry, I'm gonna do a full review video on these, and that is that if you can't see that. But I will do heavy duty swatches. I'm just showing you how these work because I feel like that's very important so you can actually see them in progress. And we're just going to go along the deep socket of the eye using the pointer of the brush. I'm just going to start wiggling it around. Mattes can be stiff. This product isn't stiff once I'm working it, but I don't want the matte to not work, so I'm just kind of gently patting it. So that's kind of the detail they have. It's just this very dark kind of crease. It's not overly blended, which I actually really enjoy. Sometimes when your work is so overly blended, the colors aren't really showing. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of Angel Wings, and it's just kind of a good dupe of Sugar Pill's Lumi, or it's just white and it's got those really pretty sort of duochrome-esque glitters to it. And we're just going to blend that out at the peak of the brow bone at the arch using my e.l.f. blender. It's from the Mineral line, and we're just going to tap a little bit of that as well into the tear duct and sort of drag it up a little bit. Not going straight over the gesso. The gesso's right here is going to be all by itself, and right where it's blending out the shadows by itself. Now a lot of drugstore companies make just a really smooth black liquid liner. I don't happen to have one, so I'm just going to take my Stila Stay All Day liquid liner, and we're just going to delicately line the upper lash line. I don't want too much liner just because I don't want to take away from the look I did for the eyeshadow. Just like that. Since we did use white highlights, I'm just going to take a little bit of MAC Fascinating Eye Kohl. You can take any white liner you want. I know some people like to put NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk on the waterline, so you're welcome to do that. It's a little bright on me, so I'm just going to not use it on the waterline. And then I'm just going to stamp that down. Since I already have a little bit of glitter on my blender brush, I would just go ahead and take it. But yeah, there's already glitter on it, so I'm not going to stick that in my waterline. So I'm sorry, I'm going to use another brush, but this is just the EcoTools shader. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that matte gesso color. I know NYX makes a nice matte white that a lot of people really like, so you can go ahead and take that if you would rather. And we're just going to set all that underneath the waterline. I'm going to take a little bit of MAC Pearl Glide Liner in Designer Purple. You can take any creamy purple liner that you have. I know Milani makes the Liquify Eye ones. We're just going to go ahead and place that underneath the waterline on the lower lash bit, just to bring attention back to the eye. Without it, I feel like the white is just sort of zombieing out the eye at the bottom. So that kind of brings it back to life. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Tattooed. It's sort of that main idea, or that main color. And I'm just going to take that shader brush. And we're going to place that all over the Pearl Glide color to set it. Because if you don't set it, Pearl Glides are really a nuisance. I think they work better as bases than they do as under eye colors. So there you go. And that kind of allows you to see more of whatever color. You can even do it with Veteran or any of the other shades. Now just to show you how Ladies Night would work a little bit by itself, we're just going to place a little bit of that color in the outer bit right here. So I'm picking up a little bit of Ladies Night on my shader. And we're just going to pat that down. Mattes work best when they're just placed rather than pushed around. Sometimes you don't see the color when they're pushed around. Obviously when you have a very bold eye, you want it to be a star, so I'm just going to take a little bit of MAC blush and Buff. You could take any soft neutrally color or bronzer. You can get a boring color at the drugstore. Just anything slightly like pinker or deeper than your skin tone can serve as a blush. I'm just patting that on with my EcoTools brush. It's the same brush I used to apply my my powder foundation and my contour, so it's going to be more cohesive. I'm just going to start at the back of the hairline and sort of pull it forward like I do. I don't have a doll-like face, so I hate putting it on the apples of the cheek because that looks odd. This blush doesn't oxidize as much as Prism. Prism oxidizes to a very pink color. This one will stay pretty nudie. So yeah, and I'm going to apply my highlight. I'm going to take a little bit of Max Orb eyeshadow, just that peach color. I don't want anything too opulent because then we can look a little over the top. Kind of not going for too over the top today. I just want those fun eyes. So it depends on whatever you're in the mood for. Sometimes I do an opulent highlight anyways. And then I'm just going to pat that into the forehead. Down the nose bridge. Sometimes when you take a concealer color that's very similar to your own skin tone, it can brighten the face in a way that's very normal and natural. And then we'll be back with the lips. Okay, so for the lips, I just took a little bit of NYX lipstick and Margarita. And then I applied a little bit of Jordana's Pink Touch. I love these smell so good. Just through the centers of the lips. And then I popped on a little bit of Luscious Liquid Lipstick in Pink Lemonade. And then I popped a little bit of NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk right on top of that. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this look, and the link to Glamour Doll Eyes will be in the bottom bar. And when you go to checkout, just type in my username, Cosmeticcouturier, so that you can save on your Glamour Doll Eyes products. Thanks so much for watching.